Chapter 515 to 516. Martial Arts Arena Blizzard City. Wu Di and Zhang Yi insisted on having a fight to resolve his worries. Bailey Chongqing had no choice but to act as a middleman to referee. So Bailey Chongqing took them out of the password bar and went to the martial arts training grounds specially provided for soldiers in the district. This place is located in the combat center. Even at night, it is still brightly lit and guarded by elite soldiers. Bailey Chongqing led Zhang Yi inside, without any obstruction. Zhang Yi was also observing this place along the way. This place gave him a sense of fantasy that transcended his time. All the buildings inside were made of dark silver metal-like materials and even felt more advanced than the materials of a shelter. The defense was not at the same level. The height of the first floor alone was more than 10 meters. People who were here could clearly feel their own insignificance. Zhang Yi suddenly thought of something and said to Bailey Chongqing with a smile, "Can I call my friends over?" Bailey Chongqing looked at him in surprise. "Why? Are you still worried about us?" Zhang Yi shook his head. "That's not the case. It's just that if I get hurt, I need my personal doctor to treat me." Bailey Chongqing smiled. "Don't worry, there are special doctors in this place." And he glanced at Wu Di and didn't say the second half of the sentence. "With your strength, Zhang Yi, is it possible to get hurt?" Zhang Yi smiled meaningfully. "I only accept my own doctors to treat me." After thinking about it, Bailey Chongqing probably understood Zhang Yi's concerns. Although ordinary people are not allowed to enter the combat center, the core area is not a martial arts arena, so it is harmless to call others to come and watch the battle. "Okay, you can call your friends over. I will give them passes." Zhang Yi nodded, and then asked Liang Yu and others to come here. In fact, his most critical purpose is to get Lu Karen here. Let her use the ability of divine machine control to analyze the materials of this place for him. If it can be imitated, it would be the best, and his shelter can be strengthened in the future. Area A and Area B are considered high-level areas in Blizzard City, and they are relatively close to the combat center. So it didn't take long for Lu Karen and the others to come here. When they first arrived here, they were also full of curiosity and were shocked by this spectacular building. The most obvious thing is the murderous aura here, which emanates from every soldier. You know, even the soldiers who are only responsible for guarding the combat center are members of the elite Yanyan force of Blizzard City. When Lu Karen and the others arrived here, they hurried over to ask Zhang Yi what was the matter. Zhang Yi simply told them about his duel with Wu Di. Everyone looked very strange when they heard it. Wu Di wants to duel with Zhang Yi? Isn't he a little overconfident? Zhang Yi whispered, "This guy is not stupid. He is very smart. He knows that I can't use my full strength in Blizzard City. Otherwise, try to see if he dares to challenge me in other places." Lu Karen frowned when he heard Zhang Yi say this, and said with some disgust, "He is so mean." Uncle Yu also asked puzzledly, "What's the point of him doing this? It's not glorious to fight you, who are not fighting with your full strength even if he wins." Zhang Yi said calmly, "What he wants to prove is that he is stronger than me in the battle of Tianhai City." Some people are like this, always hoping to find spiritual comfort for themselves. This is his obsession. However, there may be other hidden secrets. Zhang Yi lowered his eyebrows and said in a deep voice, "In short, I must beat him without exposing my strength." This is a little challenging for Zhang Yi, but not much. He already knows Wu Di's abilities very well. But then again, in addition to his new abilities, Wu Di also knows a lot about his abilities. Zhang Yi raised his head and looked at Lu Karen. "Karen, it's a rare opportunity to enter the combat center. Take this opportunity to get in touch with the various materials here." "Do you understand what I mean?" Lu Karen exclaimed, thinking that she was just here to watch the fun, but she didn't expect there would be a mission. But she nodded excitedly. "Okay, I will complete the mission." This job is also very challenging for her, but she likes it so much. After having superpowers, her favorite thing to do is to study new materials and make new machinery, weapons, and equipment. While several people were chatting, Bailey Chongqing pulled Wu Di aside. Wu Di calmly changed himself into a pure black tight leather jacket and then wrapped a black bandage around his wrist. Bailey Changqing frowned and said worriedly, Xiao Wu, Zhang Yi's strength is only stronger than before. He can even withstand Yuan Kongye's attack. Can you really beat him? Wu Di's eyes were shining, but he was no longer as arrogant as before. I understand. But boss, I have already figured out his ability in that battle. Wu Di's eyes were burning. He is good at defense, not offense. If Yuan Kongye had not been so inexperienced in combat, he would not have been able to defeat him so easily. When Boss Bien was alive, he always warned me that the strength of ability is not. The key lies here. He stretched out his hand and pointed to his head. I have thought of a way to beat him. Wu Di showed a smug smile on his face. At least this time, I must beat him once. Otherwise, I will never be willing in my life.
What
he most desires is the recognition of Bien Junwu. Even if Bien Junwu is dead, as long as he defeats Zhang Yi, who is highly expected by Bien Junwu, he will be satisfied in his heart. What's more, he knows that Zhang Yi will not exert his full strength here. In any case, winning is enough. People who are good at taking advantage of the terrain are also excellent fighters. Bailey Changqing sighed helplessly. I hope so. He also felt that Wu Di's analysis made sense. Fighting with someone like Zhang Yi who has max defense, as long as you are not too stubborn and consume him, there will not be too much danger. Of course, the premise is that Zhang Yi does not use his extremely lethal space-killing skills. Bailey Changqing turned around and looked for Zhang Yi. He had to give Zhang Yi a few words of advice. Soon Bailey Changqing came to Zhang Yi and said to him with a smile, Let's go. I'll take you to change clothes first. Do you need to change clothes for a duel? Zhang Yi asked with a smile. Of course. Bailey Changqing laughed and said, when dueling in the martial arts field, you have to wear training clothes. This can protect your body from harm very well. As soon as the voice fell, Zhang Yi had seen Wu Di, who was wearing a black tights, coming out of the locker room. Zhang Yi nodded. Okay, let's go over. This chapter ends here. Please like and subscribe to get more future content.